Hey there, so in this lesson I'm going to go over how to download and install Postgres database onto a Mac operating system. If you're a Windows user, make sure you check out the Windows installation video, which I've also recorded. So there's a website called PostgreSapp.com, so visit that website and click on the download button. So now it'll start downloading the application. Right, so we're done doing that. Locate where it's been downloaded. It's in my downloads folder. Double click the application, hit open, and it'll ask us to move this particular file to our applications directory. It's basically an executable that just launches the database server. So we want to just hit move, and it'll basically dump this file into our applications folder. Right? And now the database is up and running. You can tell by this elephant icon that appeared up here. If you click on it, notice that it's saying running on port 5432. Now this is important information that we're going to use later. Okay? So now that we have the database installed onto our machine, we need a way to interact with it. And there are two options. One is through this tricky looking terminal window here, in which I can type commands, which we're not going to use. Right? There's a much simpler way. So let me close that. The other option is to download a tool called pgadmin3. That will basically help us talk to the database, and that's where we're going to be typing up all of the SQL in this course. So let's go to pgadmin. I'm going to type in pgadmin, and it basically takes me to that site because it was actually stored in my history. But this is the site, pgadmin.org. Okay? So go to the download section here and go to the Mac OS and click on the latest, which is this top link. And now we want to download this DMG file. So it started downloading that. Let's see how long that takes. This should be relatively quick. Right, so let's open up this DMG file and hit agree. And now it's actually opening up this DMG. Now what we have to do is double click on this guy, and it'll start the tool that we'll be using to communicate with our database server. Right? So let me close that. Let me close this. Now remember what I said about the port. If you hover your mouse over this elephant, if you click here, it's saying running on port 5432. So click on this where it says postgres.app. You may have this top link or you may not, but basically there are two servers on my computer, and I'm going to pick the one that says postgres.app. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that the port number over here is the same as the one for the server that's running. All right, so let's double click here. It's going to ask us for the password. You don't need a password. You just click OK. It's empty, and it'll help us get into the system. The next thing we're going to do is expand this. Go to the databases and click on my account. This is I'm the user, Imtiaz. So just expand that. And notice that there's a schema menu here. So there's right now only one schema inside of this schema section. So we're going to actually create a new schema. And the schema is basically just an area where there are going to be database tables. And we'll go over those details later. But it's basically going to be our workspace where I'm going to be showing you how to execute SQL commands and so on. So we want to create a new schema for our course. So just right click here and then select new schema, and we're going to name this course schema and hit OK. So the schema has been created. We're going to be using this throughout the course. Alright, so you have successfully set up your Postgres database environment. We are ready to go.